Hey guys, I'm Jason and this is ComicCryptoStock, and this is going to be an amazing 800 haul video. There's a couple other things going to be mixed in there, but primarily it's going to be amazing 800s. So what we have here is a UK variant, and this is the Dell'Otto variant. So let's get into this bad boy. All right, so far I'm really happy with the way they packed these. They did everything right. They've got these bagged and together. Okay, so surprisingly enough, they did not bag and board these. So I need to pause the video and basically go get some bag and boards and bag these things up. Here is the haul. We've got 10 of each of the Dell'Otto UK variant. The Virgin there on the left, and the trade variant on the right. So there's 10 of each of those. We've also got 2 Shadowmans. One's a Virgin on the right there, and then the trade dress on the left. I'm a big Valiant fan, so I just kind of grabbed those for the PC. This one here, the trade variant, I don't think it has no chance to make a 9.8. There's a slight spine stress right around here that breaks the color. This one here, man, if I just get super lucky, it would need to be pressed to be a 9.8. I don't know if I'm going to really do much with anything with those. Just throw them in the PC, and if they become something, then maybe we'll look at grading them later. So everyone has really been complaining about the ASM 800s, them coming in really bad. With the 20 that I have here, I don't really find that to be the case. There's most of them I figure are going to be 9.8s. There's a few that I think are what I call 9.6.5s, so they could go either way. And there's a couple in each of these 10 that are going to be probably 9.6s. And it just depends on exactly what CGC is going to allow. As far as manufacturer defects, you know, they all do have bindery tears. You know, I'll see if I can get a close-up here of this one. See if I can get that to focus. I don't know how well it's going to focus. Anyway, they definitely, every one of them has bindery tears, okay? 100%, you know, that is going to be an issue with ASM 800. But that being said, I have personally submitted Saga #1 with massive bindery tears, and they still came back 9.8s. So I think that the bindery tears that I noticed in these 20 issues is going to be within the tolerances that CGC is going to allow. We'll find out, because I'll definitely send some of them into CGC. We have got the J. Scott Campbells here. And in this box, we've got 2 copies each of Spider-Man and the Mary Jane covers. Okay, so we got 2 copies each of the Spider-Man cover and the Mary Jane cover. I really do like this Mary Jane cover. It's a pretty sweet book. Okay, we will take a closer look at these after I grade them. An ASM 800 3-pack. It's got the Death of Superman homage. It's got the Tyler Kirkham connecting variant. Image all on one book, and it's the Virgin copy of that. And then also it's got Frank Chow. I believe it's got like Mary Jane, Catwoman, and maybe like Aunt May or something like that. Okay, so here's the image of the Tyler Kirkham connecting cover variant, all on one book. So it would normally be split like right through the center of the Red Goblin there. We've got 4 copies of those, and we'll take a look at those closer after I grade them. Here is the, I call it the Death of Superman homage. It just reminds me of the 90s, that Death of Superman cover that was black poly bagged and you saw like the red blood. Four copies of those. And here is the Frank Chow. I like the Gwen Stacy. I think he did a fantastic job on Aunt May down there. The Mary Jane, I don't know. I think he just missed it there. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Mary Jane on that one. So we've got 4 copies of that one also. And we'll take a closer look at all these after I have a chance to grade them. Okay, this last box has got some other stuff mixed up in it. It's got the Virgin variants of the Tyler Kirkham connecting cover, but all the separate issues. So we'll be able to put those together and kind of get the bigger image. I've also got some Venom #1s. This is the older series. I think it's the Omega series. I've also got some Witchblade Virgin variants in here. Dark Knight's Metal #6 4-pack. Just some random other stuff that just got thrown into the order. Variant, and this one is a wraparound cover. Pretty sweet cover, I think. We've got, I believe, either 3 or 4 copies of that one. I think it's 4. I'm a pretty big Witchblade fan ever since the 90s when that came out. So here is the Venom #1 Virgin cover. I believe this was the Omega series. But, I thought this was a pretty sweet Venom cover, especially with the Venom movie coming out. Everything Venom is just literally going crazy. Okay, here's the Dark Knight's Metal 6. Just thought that was a pretty sweet cover. It's got Wonder Woman on there. It's got Batman who laughs. And you're not going to probably be able to see this one. This is like a white version where you can, the image is on here, but it's super, super light. Like I said, unfortunately, it's probably not going to show up in the camera. So here's another version of the cover. I just really like Wonder Woman there with that sword. That's just really freaking awesome looking. Another version of that cover there. Okay, and here come the Tyler Kirkham Virgin connecting variants. It's ASM 797, 98, 99, and 800. And we'll put those together to create that big image here, probably, I guess. Maybe we'll just do it right here. There's 800, is the super thick book that's as thick as all the other ones combined. So you can see that image there. Pretty cool. Sorry about the glare on that. And then it's the same image that's on this book. We get the whole image on one book. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these, grade them, and we'll see how they came in. Okay, so here are the J. Scott Campbell covers. I think all 4 of them are going to be 9.6s. I don't think they're going to make 9.8s. Here's the Kirkham connecting covers, and I think 2 of them are 9.8s, and 2 of them are 9.6, 9.8s, probably compressed to a 9.8. So here's the ASM 800 Chows. They're in all pretty good shape. I think they can make 9.8s just depending on what CGC is going to allow as far as bindery tears. Same thing with the Kirkham convention variant, which is the full color variant. Same image as the connecting variant. Tyler Kirkham's, same thing. I think they can all make 9.8s depending on what's going to be allowed. On these Witchblades, sorry about the glare there, guys. Okay, that's better. On the Witchblades, unfortunately, none of them are going to make 9.8s. 9.6 is going to be the best we're going to get there. On the Venom Omega Ink, these 2 of them are going to make 9.8s. 2 of them, I think, are a 9.6 compressed to a 9.8. So here's the Metal 6 here. This is the cover that I really wanted, where Wonder Woman was kind of the prominent character there. I just really like this cover. And the actual cover itself is a thick cardstock, and it's super, super shiny. Just reminds me of like a high gloss baseball card or something. Really, really nice. Nice quality. So, you know, Kirkham, I think, just did a great job on his Wonder Woman there. And that is the one that I basically bought the set for. And I believe that one is going to be a 9.8. And this one here, I thought it was like a really light version. You can barely make out artwork there, but what it is a sketch version of the cover with just a white piece of paper in front of it. I'm not really sure why they did that, because if you slab this thing, it's not going to really look all that good. Here's the Virgin and trade dress of the same image, and these ones I believe are probably going to be 9.6s. So it's going to be interesting to see as these amazing 800s start getting submitted to CGC to see what they're going to allow, because everyone, I'm sure, is kind of like not really knowing what is going to happen with this stuff. I'm kind of disappointed that the Witchblades didn't come in a little bit nicer. You know, those, and probably all this stuff is not worth sending in unless it's going to be a 9.8. Better off just to keep it raw. So even though when I say I think it's going to be a 9.6, it can't be a 9.8, most likely it's not worth sending that book in, at least not at this point. This is a 4-book set of the J. Scott Campbell variants. This is the Black Cat, Doc Ock, Venom, and Red Goblin. I wasn't able to get the full set of 8. It sold out like as it was in my cart, and I was really upset. Anyway, so we did get these though. Okay, we will be taking a closer look at these once I throw a grade on them. That is the Black Cat, the Venom, the Doc Ock. I really happen to like this one. I think it's just a really good likeness of Doc Ock. And last but not least, the Red Goblin. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a quick grade on these, and we'll see how they came in. All right, guys, here we go. So let's take a look at them. Here's your Red Goblin. This one, I believe, is a 9.6 to 9.8. I would kind of lean towards 9.8 a little bit more. It's got the bindery tears that are typical to all of these ASM 800s. There's a little, spine stress there. Does not break the color, so I believe that would be allowed in a 9.8. You can see that the bindery tears, pretty much all of these ASM 800s have those type of bindery tears going on. Okay, let's take a look at Doc Ock. I happen to really like this. I don't know why. It just reminds me of that classic Doc Ock, I just think he did a real good job with that one. Now, the Doc Ock, I think, is the only one that I would call a guaranteed 9.8. Now, of course, you do see the bindery tears that all the ASM 800s are going to have, but this spine is pretty much flawless. And I'm positive that CGC will allow all these bindery tears. Even one is, that one's a significant bindery tear right there. But like I said, I have personally submitted Saga #1 with worse bindery tears than that and still got 9.8. So here's Black Cat. Of course, J. Scott Campbell always does a fantastic job with all of his females. Let's take a good close look at that one. There's a bindery tear there. It's a little more visible on the back. It will slide down this spine, and I believe, sorry about the glare there on that Mylar. Okay, so there's a couple little spine stresses. There's one there. I don't think it breaks the color. It's really hard to tell on white whether or not they're going to decide that it breaks color. And the bindery tear there. Let's see if we can get to focus. And that one is more visible on the back. This one seems to be pretty popular. It's not my favorite one of the batch of his 8, but people really seem to be liking it. The Venom movie coming out. Venom is just super hot right now. Okay, so, bindery tear there as well. Like I said, they've all got them. These books are just way too thick to be trying to put staples in and fold like that. These should have been square bound. Like a giant size X-Men 1. See, so there's a spine stress right there. Like I said, it's in the white, so it's really hard to tell if CGC is going to call that color breaking. Either way, the worst grade that this will get is a 9.6. It could come back a 9.8. Until I see some of these ASM 800s graded to see what they're going to allow and what grade, it's hard to tell. But my best guess would be none of these books will be lower than a 9.6. And, I believe definitely the Doc Ock is a guaranteed 9.8. The other ones are kind of a toss-up. I tend to think that maybe CGC is going to take some of this stuff into account, but it is really hard to know until I see some ASM 800s that are graded. Alright guys, so here it is. Finally, I'm able to complete my ASM 800 haul. I was waiting for these books to come in, the Hayek Lee variant, and they're shipping from the UK, and I guess some of their print run got damaged to the point where Marvel agreed to reprint a portion of it. So these books are going to be coming out of that print run that was reprinted. So I'm hoping that maybe Marvel did a little bit better with their production on this book, because we all know that ASM 800 had its problems. All right, so here is the Virgin. Here's the trade dress. And here is the freebie they threw in. What is it, Star Wars 38. I don't know if this is a variant or not, but anyway, they threw that in. Okay, so I will crack these open, throw a grade on them. We'll see how they came in. And now finally that completes the ASM 800 haul video. All right, so here we go. These came in really nice. Here's the Virgin. Sorry about that shadow there. This is one of my favorite ASM 800 covers. It came in pretty nice. Of the 3 Virgins, I believe all 3 of them should be 9/8. Of the trade dress, I think one of them is going to be like a 9.4, 9.6, and the other 2 should be a 9.8. And our Star Wars 38 here, I believe, is a 9.8. It does say it's a variant, so don't really know too much about it, but it is a pretty cool looking cover there. So no dice on Marvel switching to a square bound to fix their production issues, but what can you say, right? You know, they've all got the typical ASM 800 bindery tears, and you know, not too much we can say about that. Like I said, I still think that all of the Virgins should be 9/8, and I do have a couple ASM 800s on the way to CGC, so we'll see how they treat those bindery tears, but my personal opinion is that they will allow them due to the fact that they were caused by production. Alright guys, so that's it. The ASM 800 haul video is finally complete.